All right. Let's see here. Excellent, excellent. Good good afternoon, good evening, or good morning. Good day to all, wherever you are. Okay. So here we go. We are going to, and let me check my audio here.
Right?
Wherever. Okay, audio's good. You know how we have to do that. Okay, so look, where we are today is that I'm going to be sharing with you, as I have been doing for many people can remember back in '88, in the '90s, and certainly in the 2000s, 2007. In fact, I was advising people to get gold, save gold, right? If many of you remember, I was talking to someone recently who was at the time working with me on a project, and they remember me, and I'm sure a lot of people do, because I was running around telling people, save gold. And that's what I was doing, telling people save gold, even though at the time I was saving silver. Interesting thing is, in 2016, now, okay, bringing it forward because that was 2007, 2016, I ran into a international, right now we're in 149 countries, a, a company out of Stuttgart, uh, which was making gold available to people all over the world in small weights and of small affordable weights. One of the reasons I was saving silver, and I would have been nice had I brought a few of my silver coins down because I've been saving silver. One of the reasons why I had been saving silver is because I did not think I could afford gold. Because gold, in my eyes, was even in fact in 2007, when gold was I got it one morning and gold had gone up $10. It was at 587 an ounce. And I said, wow, gold went up, and that rekindled my excitement and feelings about saving precious metals. Even though at that time I didn't think I could save gold, but I was telling everyone, save gold, save gold. Anyway, and those who were working with me on a contract, I was working on a government contract at that time. Those people who were with me, they remember that because I was even telling people, do whatever you have to do, take money out of your retirement account, get a second mortgage on your home or whatever. Get gold. Not that I could tell what was about to happen. The crashes, the what they call the subprime lending triggered it was not just subprime lending that did that, but the fact is that many people lost more than half of their life savings or their retirement savings. And 60 Minutes, by the way, did a program on that. And if you Google 60 Minutes 401k, you'll come up with, I think they did it around 2010. And it's sad to see what happened to many people. And they documented that information. Okay, so look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, those of you who haven't seen me do this before, a little bit of gold here. And I say a little bit, that's 5 grams of pure gold right there. Many of you haven't touched pure gold. When I say pure gold, I'm not talking about 18 karat. I'm not talking about 21 karat even or 22 karat. I'm talking about 4 nines gold. I'm talking about the top of the 24 karat category. And if you notice, this company has its own MasterCard, right? Has its own MasterCard. It's legitimate. FedEx delivered my gold the other day. For those of you who might have saw the unboxing that I did, and in fact, it's right here. I don't have the box that it came in. In other words, the FedEx box, but I do have the gold that came in it. Right? That's some of it. Right? Um, close to uh, about 35 grams of gold, just over an ounce of gold. And the beauty about this gold is that it is what we call cash gold. But the real reason I wanted to tell you a little bit about that, but the real reason I came on to this evening was to show you something else, right? I want to give you proof positive that gold, that currencies are fallacy for anyone to think that currency is actually a way to store wealth. And let's take a look at something. I'm going to show you a video of a gentleman out of Palestine who, in 1915, a Ottoman soldier who was fighting in World War One, uh, trusted him with 140,000 lira, right? 140,000 lira, and to for his family, right? In case something happened to him or whatever, right? So I'm gonna share that with you. Now watch this guy, watch this gentleman as he is going in a safe. Now it wasn't this man that it was his, I believe it was his great uncle, who the money, the currency of the Ottoman Empire was left with. If you notice, he went into one safe to get the key, and then he got the key to the other safe, and now he's going to go in here and he's going to pull out the the um, the money or the currency. Let's call it currency. It's what it is. It's not money. It's paper currency that at that time was actually better than what we have today because currencies were tied to uh, gold, at least fractionally. So that's what's left of it today. What you're looking at right there is what's left of it. 140,000 lira. Now I did the math. 140,000 lira was um, equal to 29,000 US dollars. Gold was at a price of $20.67 an ounce. Now today it's $1,800 an ounce. It's actually over 1,800. I'll be showing you that in just a moment. Um, it's over $1,800 an ounce, and the numbers that I did was at gold at 1,800. So I'm going to give you a little example here. That currency was worth, if had he converted it to gold, 1,380 ounces of gold. You heard me right. 1,380 ounces of gold, which at $80, I'm sorry, at $1,800, which was the number I used just a few days ago. I'm going to shock you in a moment to show you what it's at now. Just a few days ago, 1800 actually was right floating around 1802, oh 03, right? Uh, it would be worth at 1800 an ounce $2,485 700 $2,485,714. $2,485,714. Today, that what he's wrapping up there and there, that piece of paper and with the rest of them are just novelties. They're conversation pieces. It is an example of a trust and a manner, a trust that was given to a family, and that family is still holding that trust by still holding that currency,
أنا
which
اسمي
at
راغب
this
حلمي
time
العلول من نابلس،
is
من
worthless.
عائلة عريقة من مدينة نابلس.
At this time, it is worthless. And the problem is that the problem is this: is that had they had the understanding that we're trying to impart upon people today, that gold is money, right? And that gold is money, and that they should be storing their wealth in something that holds its value, then that that he would be holding 1,380 ounces of gold to return to that family. And as I said the other day when discussing the same thing, I said, what if you were that family, or if you were the family who had been given the amana, what would you rather be handed over, right? Would you rather that he found you, or and he handed you that handkerchief with old currency that is at this point just paper, which all currencies ultimately return to the value of their basic element, and that's paper, a piece of paper. All currencies at some point are just a novelty. They have no value except as the paper that they are, or as as memorabilia, or that sort of thing. So what happens? Understand something, that gold is a store of wealth. Today, had that, instead of that paper, 1,380 ounces of gold would even now be increasing in value. So let me show you something else here. Let's take a look at something. Now, what you're looking at here is just a chart on the last week, 1 week of the price of gold. Today it closed at 1859, $1,859. That's what it closed at today, right there, right? Today a kilo is right at just at $60,000 a kilo, 59,765 per kilo, right? That's what it is. So now, if you look, just last week, July 19th, a few days ago, gold was at 1,810. So when I did those numbers, I think it was around this area here, 1,804, and they're talking about July 17th, just a few days ago, right? Now, let's look at the 20-year chart. Now, if you look here at the 20-year chart, you will see that today gold is, if you look at the peak during 2012, 2011, actually, right? During all of the madness when American taxpayers were bailing out banks, the too big to fail companies, and uh, buying into auto manufacturers and running scams on the American people. A program, one of those programs was called the Cash for Clunkers. Cash for Clunkers, and many of you may remember that. I called it Loans for Suckers. Loans for suckers. Why did I say that? Because when you walked into the dealership and they said you could push, pull, or drive your vehicle in there, they were going to give you some amazing amount of money in return for it and give you a loan on a brand new car that they reduced the value on. This is coming again. Look out for it. Um, and you would drive out with a new car and debt. The car dealership would have reduced their inventory and made some money, amount of money. The banks would have gotten, that's why I called it loans for suckers, because the bank would have gotten you locked into a potentially, likely 5 7 year loan, right? 5 to 7 year loan that they're going to own you, right? And then the car dealerships, GM, Ford, you name it, they'd gotten bailed out already. These auto manufacturers, but now they get to reduce their inventory. So they were dropping inventory down to the dealerships, and the dealerships were letting you drive out the door with a new loan. And banks made money, car dealerships made money, the Auto manufacturers and everybody in between got paid, but you got and your taxes were taken, and you're probably still paying for that. What went on in 2007 through 2012. So that's where you are. Now let's take a look at something else interesting. Up here, you see we've converted it to US dollars. We're looking at US dollars. But now let's go down here and look at Canadian dollars, right? Look at their height. At the height, the Canadian dollars, gold was 1815 Canadian. Today it's 24.99 Canadian, right? Let's see here, Aussie dollars, the Australian. Their peak was, in their peak, interestingly enough, not wasn't in 2011. Their peak was here in 2016. We had the United States had pretty much already recovered from much of what was that the economic tsunami that happened in 2007 through 2012. But the Australians were still going through it. Their height was 1800, right? Aussie dollars today is at 2600, 2605 as we speak. Let's take a look. And what my point is this, Japanese yen. My point is this, is that in practically, I think every currency, I haven't seen a currency where this is not true yet. I'm assuming there may be one or two out there, but every currency throughout the world, gold is at a record high. Let's look at the euro. Gold is at a record high. Let's look at the British pound. Gold is at a record high. In other words, the point is this, is that if you were holding back in 2007 when gold was right around in British pounds $342, today it would be 1461, right? In US dollars, if in 2007 you were holding when gold was around 654, today it would be at 1859, right? And pushing forward, it hasn't stopped. It's only just begun. And why do I say that? Look at the US national debt at 26 trillion, 26.5 trillion dollars, right? Now, 26.5 trillion, for those of you who didn't see that, right over here in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Now, if you look down here at the interest on the debt, it's at $336 billion, and that the only reason it's so low because they dropped the interest rate to just about zero right now. You're actually at a negative interest rate when you factor in inflation and other things. But yeah, we're at 336 billion dollars a year. That's just shy of, and this number is only the interest rate is the reason why it's not over $1 billion a day, because just about 2 months ago it was over $1 billion a day, interest alone. So they're playing with the American people's money. They're playing with your mind. Let's go down here and look over here. We're gonna close out in just a second, but I wanted to show you this too, if I could. If I could, let me shrink that down a little bit so we can get it on the screen. Here, let's see. Maybe just move it over here and give me a second. There we go. There's the honey that I'm looking for. And what we're looking at now is, uh, let me see here if we can find it. Full-time workers? No, not yet. Let's move it over. Got to move over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now if you look down here in the lower right-hand corner, you see dollars to crypto. That's a new entry there, right? We want to look above that and then above that too. We want to look at gold. Dollars to gold ratio. Now, dollars to gold ratio in 1913, right around the time we were talking about this Ottoman soldier entrusted that 140 lira, that $29,000, that 1,380 ounces of gold, right? Gold per ounce per dollar for the dollar. Now, this is dollars in circulation. This is not what the price of gold was. It is if dollars in circulation were to be paired against or matched up against or to purchase the amount of gold that was available, that's what it would have cost, right? 2884. And today, the real price of gold based on the dollar value in the circulation, in the dollars in circulation, is 32,499 per ounce. You didn't hear that right, did you? You didn't. You think I might be talking about a kilo? Remember, a kilo is an ounce is 31.1, and this is a troy ounce is 31.1 grams. A kilo is 1,000 grams, right? So the ounce of gold in reality has a value versus the U.S. dollar based on the circulation and the value of the dollar, right? It's greater than a half a kilo, right? There's a lot more we could say. I just want to share that with you. What I also want to share with you is that got one more thing I want to before we go. I want to share something with you. Check this out. Now, I showed you the gold that I carry around in my wallet. Now I'm going to pull it out here. Let's see. I got something else. There we go. There. And so I'm going to show you this little bit of gold. And I'm not even going to use today's figures. I got to recalculate that. Today's numbers. Okay. Uh, got one more piece of gold in here somewhere. Okay, I won't worry about pulling it out because we don't really need it to make the point that I want to make. Okay. All right. So this gold that I have right here that I just took out of my wallet used to be a little more than a year ago. I used to say this is just under $1,000 worth of gold. Today, it's over $1,400 worth of gold. Today, with the new price, today's closing, it's probably right around $1,500 worth of gold right here in my hand. Right? Right here in my hand, about $1,500 worth of gold. So the point is this. What's in your wallet? What are you spending? What are you saving? We're part of a system at Caribars International that has the purest gold, refined, available, the best price for that gold. I'm not saying we're the only ones with 4 9s. We're not. There are others out there, but I want you to check them out. And you'll find that we have the best gold at the best price, and we have an affiliate program, based program, that allows you to earn, to earn, to make, to create a residual income stream while building a legacy of wealth. And we have a whole lot more. It's a whole lot more. By the way, yeah, I almost didn't show you these here. These are nice, aren't they? We're the only ones out there. We have our own real money. It's not a currency, it's real money. We say it's not a currency because um, it's money. Money can be a currency. That's true. Gold can be a currency, but a currency cannot be money, right? So we want to refer to this at the epitome of its value, of its worth, right? And down to 1/10 of a gram. Where's that tenth? That's actually 1/10 of a gram that you're looking at right there. Today worth about $7. But I remember when I started with Carrot Bars International, and when they first released these, it was worth around $4, $4 and change, and it's almost doubled. And pretty soon, looking at the way things are going, it will be more than double what it was just 3 years ago. So anyway, I want to thank everyone for viewing. I want to ask you to get back to the person who shared this with you. If you watch this on my channel, then get back to me. That's over $400 worth of gold right there. That's six grams of gold, right? Certificate of authenticity, assay signature, right? And if you're interested in knowing how you can begin to build a residual stream of income, how you can begin to have a store of value as you save in an asset that continuously increases in its value versus these fiat currencies as they are in a battle for their lives. And we have our own digital currencies. I said currencies, right? We have the KBC, which is our digital currency that is part of our ecosystem. You'll learn more about that when you contact me or the person who shared this stream with you, this video with you. Um, we have the V999, which is about to explode into the market. It is gold. It is gold. In fact, this is uh, this is 6 grams. I'm going to take that and with that, I'm going to put it into the system. They're going to store it in a vault where it'll be audited monthly. The Federal Reserve has never been audited, no matter how many times Ron Paul tried to do it over the past, 30 years almost, right? It's never been audited. He tried to get it through Congress numerous times. And even the last time, we thought it was going to succeed. But the powers that be derailed that. The Fed has never and will never be audited till that paper we call money is blowing down the streets. And that will be the audit. That's when you'll know, without a doubt, that the dollar, as you've heard the saying, is not worth the paper it's printed on. Hmm. Interesting, right? So anyway, have a lot more I'd like to say. What I'm going to say is I want you to um, join us, um, like my channel, connect with me. Um, we have Dr. Sergio Ozell and I soon will be reanimating, coming out of hiatus, the Gold Brick Show, where we'll be talking about what's going on and giving everyone an opportunity to sign up, get their free Carrot Bars affiliate account, and start building wealth 1 gram at a time, and start creating residual income 1 gram at a time. Okay? That's what it's all about. I think I've said enough for this evening. I look forward to seeing you. And by the way, you can, if you'd like to know a little more and get more information, go to goldbricksshow.com. That's one word, Gold Bricks Show. Two S's. Goldbricksshow.com. I'll have the information, the link, as well as just so you can go just straight and sign up and get you an affiliate account. It'll be in the bottom of my video on my stream. So check me out. And if you find this on other streams, I'm sure the person who shares it will put their information there to make it really easy for you to get on board. Get on board the Freedom Train. Be part of the new wealth revolution and on the right side of the wealth transfer. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. And in the words of my co host, Dr. Sergio Razel, success is voluntary and you deserve it. Good evening, everyone. See you on the next live stream.